Good evening, I'd like to call this April 26, 2021 Sylvania Board of Education meeting to order. Ms. Shanks, can you call the roll?
Julie Hoffman.
Here.
Bruce Lenswitsky.
Here.
Greg Feller.
Here.
Kimberly Conklin.
Here.
Tammy Lavalette.
Here.
Thank you. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We are with you for Superintendent's report, Dr. Motley.
Thank you, Ms. Hoffman. Good evening, everyone. Have quite a few things to share in my superintendent's report this evening. First of all, I would like to share that we had a very successful COVID vaccination station, I would like to call it, but a point of distribution this weekend, where we had over 500 students and families from Sylvania. Over 500 individuals received the vaccine. It was located at Southview High School. We continue to appreciate our partnership with the Toledo-Lucas County Health Department as we do our part to encourage herd immunity. Also, over the course of the last 2 to 3 weeks, our administrative team, along with teachers and support staff, we have been conducting a number of interviews, and we are slowly wrapping those up. But I will tell you, we wrapped up one last week, and we are pleased to announce that last Friday, Alex Clarkson was offered the position to serve as the new Timberstone Junior High School principal, and we are thrilled to have him serve in this capacity. We did have another inside candidate that I also met with personally to make sure that they understood that although he did not get the position, that he is a valued partner of our administrative team, and we are going to continue to invest in him and his leadership as he works for Sylvania schools and our students and our families. But Alex was thrilled to accept the position. On Friday, actually Abby and I went over with Alex after school and met with the Timberstone staff to introduce their new leader, and it was well received. So congratulations officially again to Mr. Alex Clarkson. Also, we will post for Alex's position, which he currently serves as Director of Secondary Education. We will be posting, if we haven't already, we're looking to do that early this week, Director of Secondary and Career Education. So we want to make sure that we have opportunity for Alex to have transition with the person that gets that position, because we think that's important to make sure our programs continue for our students as well. I'm so very proud of the many Northview students that I was able to watch at the junior induction and senior cord ceremony. We had 2 of our board members there actually, with their children being acknowledged for their hard work. So just a great opportunity to see some of the best and brightest of our schools. So many hardworking kids, so many students going away to college. We have one going to Harvard, I do believe was mentioned, many going to Ohio State, many going to Michigan, just saying. But it was great to see so many students who understand what they would like to do in life, and quite frankly, if they don't know yet, that's okay. So many of those students who are being recognized are 17, and if they're like me, they change their mind a little bit. They may change their mind again, but we just wish them the best as they choose the career path that will make them most happy and independent. Actually, last Thursday, I attended the Southview Spring Musical. You're in town. Interesting name, I will say. Very interesting name for a theater production, but I will just say it was an absolutely amazing experience. Our students are so talented. These young voices sound so strong, so powerful. I can see some of these kiddos on Broadway one day. I have a special admiration for people who can sing, especially children who can sing. I cannot, it's not my gift. I will make your ears bleed and birds fall out of the sky. So when I see talent, especially at such a young age, it just makes my heart warm and it makes me happy. So it was a fantastic, very sophisticated production with dance and music and just the theatrics. It was amazing. So congratulations to those students who had an amazing performance. I think Ms. Hoffman had someone very special in the performance as well, who did a dynamic job.
Thank you, I'm a little bit proud of it.
Just a little bit.
I was there 3 times.
It was that good.
It was
That good.
And I love him now.
Yeah, that's important. Thank you. Also, yesterday, Julie, Tim and I, yesterday, Sunday, Julie. After the show, Julie, Tim, and I met with our ACES committee to discuss steps toward professional learning for our district for the upcoming school year. We held a great discussion, actually, from reading a book called Coaching for Equity. And we will continue to working with our partners in SEA to connecting with a leader, actually, in the field. We're going to be speaking with him tomorrow, and how we can further our efforts in coaching and mentoring transformation in regards to equity in Sylvania schools. Also today, I had the ultimate pleasure of selecting student artwork at Northview for the annual Superintendent's Art Show. The Northview Art Show is called Life is Art, and it runs through April 29th, so technically not the Superintendent's Art Show, but there are artifacts that will be in the Superintendent's Art Show later in May. But wow, what another dynamic display of talent. Again, I just felt totally inadequate. I do a really great job at drawing stick figures, albeit a person or a dog or a cat or a deer. They all look the same. But our students are just brilliant with what they're able to transfer out of their mind through their hand, the use of colors and technique. It was just an outstanding display. Next week, I want to announce that I will be throwing out the first pitch at the Northview-Southview baseball game. I plan to practice over this weekend because I do not want to end up looking like someone using a bowling ball down. I need to practice. My arm's going to be sore, but I'm determined to make it across home plate. And then also this week, I am one of less than 20 new superintendents in the state of Ohio that will continue to participate in a new superintendent's training. It's a half day on Thursday. It's a great way to connect with other first-time leaders across the state and who are also transitioning into the new role. And I will tell you, it has been a tremendous value. We've met several times this year, but a tremendous value as we were not only all adjusting to a new position, but a new position under COVID. And that concludes my superintendent's report.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we're still with you on commendations.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. Item 3.1, I have several items in regards to our students and really recognizing their achievement in Sylvania schools. First, we have a number of students at Northview High School who scored a 26 or higher on the ACT. We also had several students also at Southview High School that are noted on our agenda that scored 26 or above. They tested actually on February 23rd. So congratulations to those Northview and Southview students and their performance. We also would like to recognize some students at South High School who scored 600 and above on their most recent SAT that they took on March 13th. So congratulations to those students who are demonstrating academic excellence. We have several other students that I would like to recognize this evening. First, we have the STEM team, ABI, consisting of Sydney Gillian, Adam Burnworth, and Nita Etchelmeyer. Two are from Northview, one is from Southview actually, and they will be advancing to the Right Path First Tech Challenge State Competition, placing third, and they earned the Inspire Award. We also had STEM team Space Panda, love that name, kind of cool, consisting of Will Smith, Annalise Loma, Gabriella Henderly, I want to say Shayla Joshi, Lucas Burren, I apologize if I mispronounce any of these names in advance, Saritha Chattopadhyaya, Alan Fichtinger. They all qualified for the First Tech Challenge state competition, and they also earned the Connect Award and the Rockwell Collins Aerospace Innovative Award. So congratulations to those STEM teams, a job well done. Student recognition at Arbor Hills Junior High. Madeline Huswick, she had her piece of artwork chosen, and it will be on exhibit for the 41st Annual Youth Art Month Exhibition. What an opportunity. Her artwork will be on display in Columbus at the State Teachers Retirement System in Columbus, and it is sponsored by the Ohio Art Education Association. We also had Piper Beaver. She had a piece of her artwork selected for the Young People's Art Exhibition, the YPAE, and it is displayed at the Rhodes State Office Tower in Columbus and is also sponsored by the Ohio Art Education Association. And finally, we have two individuals from Central Trail Elementary, Simon Ayers, who has a piece of art on exhibit for the 41st Annual Youth Art Month exhibition. Again, that's posted and displayed in Columbus at STRS. And then Lily Hammerling, who had a piece of artwork also elected to be on display at the Rhodes State Office Tower in Columbus. So congratulations to all of those individuals. We are so proud of our Sylvania students.
I will move approval.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Bruce Lanslutsky,
Yes.
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette.
Yes.
Okay. This is the first opportunity for public participation for items which are on our agenda. Having none, we are with you, Ms. Shanks.
Thank you. I would like to ask the board to approve on a consent agenda basis items 5.1 to 5.3. 5.1, the minutes of the special meeting held on March 1st, minutes of the work session held on March 8th, and the minutes of the regular meeting held on March 22nd. All members were present. 5.2, the treasurer's report for the month ending March 31st, 2021. And 5.3, the availability of funds for then and now invoices for in excess of $3,000. And 5.4 is the agenda item for the consent agenda.
I'll move approval of items 5.1 to 5.3 on a consent agenda basis. I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Bruce Lanslutsky,
Yes.
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman.
Yes. Thank you. We're back with you, Dr. Motley.
Thank you, Ms. Hoffman. I recommend to the board for approval item 6.1, which are various policies that have actually gone through a first and second read. I do want to note for the record, we did pull two policies in regards to make sure they reflect the law, but those that are on the board agenda are ready for approval.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette,
Yes.
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Bruce Lanslutsky.
Yes.
Thank you. I recommend item 6.2, policies for a first read that are listed as such. There are about 10 or so, 15 or so policies that are grouped in 3 separate pieces for your board approval to read for a first read.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman.
Yes.
Bruce Lanslutsky,
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette.
Yes.
If I could add some commentary to that, there is a purpose of why we do a first read and second read for our policies. And I want to say and recognize Tammy for making sure that she knows that when you read through, if you have questions, our board has a question about a policy or like further information on a policy or to make sure it is aligned with the law, any board member can have that window of opportunity to make sure we are in alignment. So thank you for your extra pair of eyes. It gives us time to do that between the first and second read. I would like to also recommend for approval item 6.3, administrative contract for several administrators across the district. Each of the individuals listed will have a 3-year contract.
I'll move approval.
Ready to go right ahead.
I'll move approval.
I'll second. Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Bruce Lanslutsky,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette,
Yes.
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin.
Yes.
I recommend approval of item 6.4 for a phone system for our district. We recommend this approval to go into agreement with the Northern Buckeye Education Council to replace our district's phone system.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Bruce Lenslutzky,
Yes.
Item 6.5, I recommend approval by the Board of Education for us to enter into an agreement with the ESC programs. This is an annual item where we contract with our local ESC for specific services. Some of these services may include OT or PT or serving students with a disability, addition to other support roles across the district.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shakes?
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Bruce Lenslutzky,
Yes.
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Thank you. Item 6.6, we recommend approval for a bus purchase. We will be purchasing 4 2021 or newer 72 passenger buses at a cost of $83,029. And this is on a rotation capacity. We also will purchase 2 additional buses that will hold 48 passengers. And we recommend approval as we went through the process to make sure we were getting the best cost.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shakes?
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Bruce Lenslutzky,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette,
Yes.
Thank you. We recommend item 6.7, an administrative resignation date correction. We inadvertently had the wrong date on Mr. Bader's retirement, so we are recommending for board approval the correct date of March 31st.
I'll move approval.
I'll second. Any comments or questions? Ms. Shakes?
Bruce Lenslutzky,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Greg Feller.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to human resources license on the agenda. Items 7.1 through 7.9, I will be seeking a consent agenda approval. Item 7.1 is the non-renewal of all supplemental contracts for the 2021 school year. Again, this is recommended of all supplemental contracts. Item 7.2 is the athletic supplemental adjustment from the Board of Education dated on February 8th, 2021. Item 7.3 is an athletic supplemental adjustment from the board agenda dated February 8th, 2021. Item 7.4, we have a couple of license contract recommendations, more than a couple. There's a series of them, if you notice each of them in the columns provided. Item 7.5 is a recommendations for a license contract non-renewal where we have a retired math teacher. Item 7.6 are recommendations for license extra duty pay, which are outlined as such. Item 7.7, licensed substitute teachers. Look at that, we have 2 more, yay. And then item 7.8 are licensed substitute teacher resignations. We have 2, not so yay. Item 7.9, we have a supplemental position for the 2021 school year, and that is for the choreographer for the musical. We have all the items 7.1 through 7.9, and item 7.10 is the action to approve all aforementioned items.
I'll move for approval items 7.1 to 7.9 on consent agenda basis.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shakes?
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette,
Yes.
Bruce Lenslutzky,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Julie Hoffman.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to classified staff. Item 8.1 through 8.6 will be a consent agenda recommendation. 8.1 looks at classified unpaid leave for a bus driver. 8.2 is a classified resignation for a cafeteria server. Item 8.3, we have a number of new hires for a variety of positions. Item 8.4 are classified personnel actions, again, for a number of positions of individuals moving from one position to another throughout the district. Item 8.5 is a classified contract recommendation for those employees that are noted as such. They are recommended for a 1-year contract, 2-year contract, or a continuing contract. We also recommend for approval item 8.6, a new lifeguard for our natatorium located at Northview High School. And of course, item 8.7 is the consent agenda approval.
I'll move approval on a consent agenda basis, items 8.1 through 8.6.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Julie Hoffman.
Yes.
Frank Feller.
Yes.
Bruce Lensowski.
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette.
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin.
Yes.
Thank you. Final item for this evening on my behalf is the appointment of Alex Clarkson as the principal of Timberstone Junior High School. Alex will be effective the principal August 1st, 2021. Although I know he will be doing a lot of work before then. He's already asked when can he get into the building and start working with staff. So that's a great sign. He's already ready to jump in. So recommending his approval to be the next principal of Timberstone Junior High.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Shanks?
Frank Feller.
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin.
Yes.
Bruce Lensowski.
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette.
Yes.
Julie Hoffman.
Yes. Congratulations to Alex. Thrilled to have him on board as the principal at Timberstone. Okay. Board committee reports. Greg, anything?
The only thing I have is this, I think it's Thursday evening, there's another forum for Sage Arts having a forum for the new proposed multi-generational facility. I think that's from 6 to 8, I believe, so.
Is that online?
It is. If you go to the Sylvania Rec website, there's a link to the website for this, and then on there is a link to the forum. It's all virtual.
Thank you. Kim?
I
Anything?
have nothing.
Tammy? Ruslan? I have SCAT, I think it's officially changing their name to Sylvania Prevention Alliance.
Yes.
So that's exciting. I want to say thank you to Tim for that COVID clinic. He was there all day. Just did a great job with volunteers and getting everybody together. And I actually got to go to the Southview NHS induction the week before Northview, or a few days before Northview, and it was really well run. They did a great job. So that's all I have. And this is the opportunity, the second opportunity for public participation for items which are not on the agenda. And I see we have a gentleman here, John Zeckman, is that correct, sir?
It is.
Okay, well, you can come on up, just give us your name and your address, and then you can go ahead and address the board. We ask that you kind of keep your comments to about 3 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
just here? Okay, great.
Right up there. No,
3 minutes it is.
your name and address?
My name is John Zeckman. I live at 5522 Bent Oak Road in Sylvania. I've been a supporter of Sylvania schools for most of my life. My parents taught at Northview. I graduated from Northview. My children all attended Sylvania schools. My wife and I have voted for every school levy that has been on the ballot since we moved back to Sylvania from Seattle over 30 years ago. I haven't been active with school board activities in a while, and I only know a few people in here. I did have Amy Ginsler Addington in high school, Sunday school, what, 3 or 4 years ago?
That's
How long ago?
Since we moved back to Sylvania, as a matter of fact, I was president of Sylvania Rotary. I was chair of several levy campaigns in the 90s. I think I was 1 for 3 possibly, maybe 2 for 3, so they didn't ask me again. I've been, as I said, president of Sylvania Rotary, member of Sylvania Community Rotary Foundation. I was on the board of the Sylvania Academic Excellence Foundation. I'm actively involved in the support of our schools now, both financially with Sylvania Community Rotary Foundation and through our activities. I live in Sleepy Hollow, adjacent to the football field. When we moved to this neighborhood, we knew we would have activities in the school fields in our backyard. We did not know about the Lourdes University involvement at the time, but we continued to welcome activity in those fields. I was disappointed to learn that the school board was going to enter into a contract to build a cell tower in view of the homes in our neighborhood, and that they originally planned to build the tower without any discussion with the community. It makes me question what other non-student related contracts the school board can enter into without community hearings. I was disheartened that the school board was seemingly unconcerned about the eyesore a tower would be. I understand that both Lourdes University and Highland Meadows rejected the offers due to aesthetics. We heard from the company representative that after a few weeks, we would not even notice the tower. I wonder if his home is within 100 yards of a cell tower. I wonder if any of your homes are within 100 yards of a cell tower, and if it's so easy on the eye, maybe we should just put it in front of the school. It was disconcerting to me when I found out last week that the school system would only receive $19,000 a year for the rent of that lot. And I'm now concerned that we're so apprehensive about the budget that we're willing to risk the votes of the neighborhood for $19,000. Maybe we would risk fewer votes if we just put an extra $2 a home on the 8,000 homes in the community on the next school levy. I've not scrutinized the school budget in some time, but I did not realize that we were in such dire straits we needed this $19,000 a year. I guess from now on I will have to scrutinize the school budget before I support a levy. I will always, I consider myself to be a good citizen. I believe that sometimes individuals must sacrifice for the greater good. I question if this needs to be one of those times, or if there might be better alternatives. I will always enthusiastically support our community and our schools, but I'm asking you to reconsider entering into that contract. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for your historical support of the district and the community.
Well, it was always fun, I will say that. Well, not always.
Okay, do we have anything else? Anybody else? Okay, then at this time, I move that we go into executive session for the purpose of,
Discussion of the negotiations with public employees and employment of public employees.
so,
Second.
Ms. Shanks?
Julie Hoffman,
Yes.
Greg Feller,
Yes.
Bruce Wozlowski,
Yes.
Kimberly Conklin,
Yes.
Tammy Lavalette.
Yes.
Thank you.